We're back with our second BJJ athlete film study. Uh, Last week we did Ryan Hall. This week we're going to do Jeff Glover. Jeff Glover is probably one of my favorite grapplers to watch because he's just so exciting. He's just so unorthodox. And I think I got a few YouTube videos that will demonstrate his unorthodoxy versus a 10-time world champion in Terra against someone who is very more orthodox, more traditional style, and then against some 10th Planet crew guys. And yeah, so I think it'll be interesting. So let's start off against Terra. Apparently, this is the first match, I think. It's labeled Jeff Glover versus Terra 1. So um, Stuart Cooper Films, dude's badass. So it's going to be interesting. It's not going to be terribly interesting. I don't know. I guess maybe it'll be up close like this. We'll see. So Glover starts out, Frangina right in his corner. Glover doing the whole donkey guard situation. Kyle jumps on his back. No hooks. It might be scored a takedown. Probably scored a takedown for Kyle. Glover. Sorry, just having my coffee, guys. Glover escaping the one hook. Getting us back to the mat. Probably trying to get to his deep half, I would imagine. We'll get to a guard. Kaio still hunting the back. Glover now in a little. Oh, no, interesting. That was a little interesting there. So Glover's trying to get his right leg in between Kaio's legs for like 50-50. But Kaio staples it. Is just like, boom, no. Like, gonna deny that. Gonna deny that request for a guard. So, yeah, it's just those little things. Then Glover pummels in this leg. Also showing that he is savvy. Stuart Cooper, why are you so artistic here? Maybe this isn't the right video to watch this on. But okay. Glover going for ankle lock. And it gets away. Knee cut pass from Glover. It's interesting. I don't think I've seen Glover play too much top game. So, like flying knee cut pass, then back step. Now he's in like a honey hole kind of situation. In terms of like he has one leg over Kyle's leg. Oh no. Okay. Double unders. Kyle just kind of inverts through that. Kyle sleeve and pant grips. Looking to the back. Always Kyle bowling. That's the that seems to be the trend here. Kyle bowling and inverting. Glover on the knee bar. So like you got that grip. way back here. I wonder. So like as Kyle bowled here, Kyle uh, here, and then Glover grabbed this foot. Is it to prevent? I guess it's to prevent Terra from fully inverting underneath him. And then now he picked up this grip around the knee. And this is where I thought he was going to go with this. It just took longer to develop here. That was probably a sweep so far. Probably a sweep for Kyle. Glover's probably down on points. Maybe like a 5-2, 5-2 maybe. I'm not totally sure. Glover with feeding lapel through the legs for half guard. What happened there? This Stuart Cooper cut, made a cut there. I don't know. Anyways, maybe that's a sweep for Glover. So is that 5-4? I'm not totally sure. But Kyle playing half guard. De La Huva. It's interesting to see like there's a hierarchy of guards here, right? Like half guard, it's okay. Like these high level guys, they want to go back up to where they have more legs in front of them, right? Like I'd be content with playing here, but what the strategic thing is to put more of your guard in front of you. So Kyle put both of his legs in front of him to use against Glover here. Kyle uses some lapel wizardry of his own here, grabbing Glover's key lapel and gets into like a little waiter sweep. Glover kind of denies it. Oh, this is the Terra ankle lock. We just saw this. Well, not just saw this, but Craig Jones did this to Boogeyman when I forget. I forget what event it was, but it was the team versus team jiu-jitsu thing, subversive or whatever. I forget. Let's try to break down why. So it looks like Kyle had some momentum there with this little waiter sweep. The Glover had a post. He's comfortable on his butt. Kyle doesn't really come up for the sweep here. Probably because Glover's working on his feet. Like Glover's like threatening ankle locks, so Kyle can only come up to like a 50-50. Now he's kind of an open guard. collar sleeve, maybe. Kind of always looking for the Barambolo. The Barambolo or this little sneaky ankle lock. Glover sitting back for a knee bar, sort of. Let's see. Yeah. So Kyle's grabbing this gi. Glover's sitting back in the knee bar, but it looks like so here. Sitting back for the knee bar. But then Kyle's able to get his other foot in the action. Yeah. See Kyle's foot here? I think he got his knee underneath Glover's leg. He's able to get underneath, yeah, into this X guard. So he was able to flop, get his weight. So Kyle was like completely underneath Glover, right? I always stop and like as a deep half player, I look to see like how deep people get underneath other people. So this, as you can see there, like it's all about where the butt is, right? Like Kaio's is way behind Glover's, so like his legs are folded underneath Glover, and like Ryan Hall kind of uses the same kind of depth in terms of inversions and getting underneath people. When the inverter's butt is past their butt, like that's a sign of a deep inversion. So, anyways, Kaio going deep half against Jeff Glover. Glover's like, nope. He knows all the tricks in the book. Glover with a, so let's see here. Yeah, Glover's holding onto this far leg. So he's preventing Kaio from basically using it to try to come up. And Glover has this body lock and this lapel. So he's pinning Kaio pretty well here. Kaio can't really use the deep half. He kind of gets a waiter sweep position, but just uses it to square up. So it's interesting. Kyle gets like a butterfly sweep here. Glover rolling Kimuras. Yeah, looks kind of like a rolling Kimura, but I don't know what they said there. That was an interesting little exchange. Kaio inverting the Mbola ring. Almost taking the back of Glover, but Glover has the staple. Like this kind of reverse staple. This prevents Kaio from coming up behind Glover and kind of saves, and yeah, definitely saves Glover. forces him back in the half guard. That's kind of crazy. Kyle with the sleeve pistol grip. Glover with the flop. The deep De La Hiva hook is giving Glover trouble. Like they're kind of trying to figure out where to go from there. Terra with the Terra ankle lock. This whole dealio where his leg is on the outside. His leg is going around the outside, and his arm is around the ankle. Not like a normal Ashi ankle lock. Terra uses that to sweep. I have no idea what the score is. Glover with a lapel around the leg, half guard. Kyle going to a sit position. Glover coming up on single. That's actually something I've seen a lot watching these old school matches. Is that everybody does that lapel around the leg in the half guard, and that's just an automatic single. Like I was watching some Bernardo Faria, I don't know how to pronounce his name, but yeah, it's just an instant single, basically whenever you want it. So that's a sweep for Glover. I don't know what the points are. Kyle looking to invert. Glover pulling up on that gi pants. The pants to prevent the inversion. He's just like, whoop. Or, oh, he was on the sleeve. That's interesting. Glover kind of put himself. It's interesting how Glover he puts himself in like this. He puts himself on top of Kyle, who clearly wants to get underneath him. It's interesting. Like he puts himself where they want him to go, but like before they're ready. I think that's kind of part of Glover's game, is to throw the timing off by going forcing, or not necessarily forcing, but like jumping into these positions where it's so this is definitely to his advantage. He's like trying to get past, like past this whatever De La Hiva dealio. He jumps past that leg and is able to get into like a half guard situation, but then he flops, which is kind of what to kill whatever deep half that Kyle would try to do. And he's got that. Oops. Glover's got this underhook. Well, first he gets this like back piece of material to prevent Kyle from coming up and scoring, and then maybe he always had this. Interesting. So when he comes over, well, okay. So Glover has this back piece of material, so Kyle can't come up, and then Glover shoots his hand. You can't really see it. It's underneath the gi here. Gets this underhook, so his hand's underneath there. And that also secures the pin, prevents Kaio from coming up. Now he's got like a straight arm lock kind of pressure. Oh. But yeah. Ref, get in there, get pull his belts away. Kyle coming up on top. Jeff Glover kind of conceding it. Collar sleeve for Glover. Glover playing here a little bit, trying to. Oh, that was dope. So I do this too, like like turtling to get to D path. So he's here, he's like baiting. Hey, like Kyle knows that something's up here. Like Kyle's like, okay, why is he letting me get this sleeve and or this whatever pant grip, and then letting me get around to the back? So Kyle's not like going right away, but then he explodes and then goes to get it. Glover's totally baiting him, and then he turtles. Boom, turtles, and then elevates because Kyle's attached. Okay, maybe I don't do this exact thing. Kaio is now attached to Glover's back. Now Glover sits to the hip, to his hip, elevates, gets underneath, and takes Kaio's back. This is insane. So Kaio thinking he was gonna be the one taking the back. Glover elevates Kaio out of position. Like Glover's clamping down on this right arm. So Kaio's trying to post on the mat over there. Glover sees a path to Kaio's back here because Kaio's arm is completely crossed over. Where does that happen? So Kaio, that's part of the seatbelt grip. Seems like that didn't quite make it around Glover's head. Yeah. Glover clamps on this arm and turns it into like an arm drag. Yeah. And then and Kyle tries to step back because he feels his back getting taken because he knows that arm is trapped. Glover has his arm trapped, so he tries to step back, but Glover uses his hooks, his foot, to prevent that back step. Dumps him towards Kyle towards the mat. So like Kyle wants to be elevated, right? Kyle wants to put his weight more towards his butt. Like he knows the path, Glover's path to the back lies coming up on that side, on his right side. So he wants to put his weight more towards that side. Glover wants the opposite. He wants to dump Kaio more towards Kyle's left-hand side, and then elevates him and puts Kyle on his back and is able to take his back. Holy shit. That is exciting. And mounts Kyle. Holy shit. Traps Kyle's arm. Has a rear naked choke. I think. Has like rear naked choke grip. He's talking to him. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what he's saying, but I guess it's over. But that's awesome. Yeah. Kyle's like, I don't know what number world champion he is at this point, but that was a fucking awesome match. Bill Cooper congratulating Glover. Oh, Glover won. Glover ended up winning. Holy shit. I think, yeah, he probably got a ton of points at the end there. Just in terms of like mounting the back control. Just all off of this one thing. I'll just let this play because it's just fucking beautiful. Jeff Glover. Jeff Glover has multiple time world champion flattened out with a rear naked choke on. This is just glorious. This is awesome. Anyways, this is like the definition of a Jeff Glover match. It's back and forth and lots of lots of action, lots of motion. He thrives in that chaos. Anyways,